How's it going, everybody? My name is Infamous Isaac, and I'm here with a video on Bleach. It's been 4 months. I checked the last video. It's been 4 months since I recorded one, and I want to preface this by saying I'm sick. I'm super sick. Not like COVID sick, but I have a cold. I had a fever yesterday. I have a terrible cough. I sound congested and all that. So if I sound different or if I start coughing a lot, then that's why. I'm talking about Bleach. It's been a long time since I talked about it. The Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad hiatus is gone now. I can come back to Bleach, hopefully finish it so I can catch up to the Thousand Year Blood War. And this has also sparked like me talking about other shows that I've watched. Like, I don't remember if I did a Demon Slayer review on it. I don't remember if I did it for the Red Light District either. I gotta check, but if I did, then it's there. If I didn't, then hopefully I'll talk about it someday. But just a bunch of shows that I've talked, or excuse me, that I watched, but I haven't talked about. So hopefully I can get those reviews out whenever I'm able to. But for this, I'm gonna be talking about the Hueco Mundo sneak entry arc. This arc takes place right after the Hueco Mundo arrival arc, where it's just actually spoilers, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. If you don't want to hear what this is about, I'll give you my rating right now. It's a 7. This arc is funny, it's cool, it has some cool fights, but it's not the best that the show's ever given me, and it's not the funniest the show's ever been. But so far, it is funny, and it's just cool. A lot of characters are introduced. You get to see the actions and consequences that Ichigo has because of what he's doing. It's just seeing all that stuff. We get a really good episode with Orihime. I'm not gonna go into it, but really good episode. And like the good stuff is good. It's just that sometimes it can get boring. Even though this arc is basically 11 episodes, if you take out the filler in it, it's still kind of boring sometimes. And it's just like, oh, alright, cool. The boring part kind of brings it down from like, let's say, an 8 to a 6. But I'm a balance it out and say 7 because not much is going on. Like legit, this shouldn't be an arc. This should just be a bigger part of an arc. Like the entire Arrancar saga, this should just be one. But I'm going arc by arc, so I'm gonna do that anyways. But yeah, this is a 7. So let me go into the spoiler stuff. If you want to leave now, then you should leave. If you don't care, then by all means stay. But this arc again, basically 11 episodes, and it makes it pretty easy to go through because of that. So going back into Bleach, getting readjusted, even though I've watched it before, it's last time I watched Bleach like fully, it was 10 years ago. I was still in middle school when I watched it, so it's like, okay, relax. Going through it, it's just like you don't have much going on, right? The main things is that Ichigo fights Grimmjow, like the Arankars arrive on Earth again and they're fighting everybody, blah blah blah. They leave. Orihime gets kidnapped by Ukiyoda, and like that episode with her, so fire. It was so fire. I can't get over it. It was a really good episode. Like you really feel the emotion with Orihime and how much she just loves Ichigo. It's like, yo, this is the true canon. This is the true canon relationship. And I don't know what to say about it. Like Rukia and Ichigo, like they exist, but I see them as friends. Especially if Rukia and Renji get together. I don't remember if they do, but it'd be fire if they do. But Ichigo and Orihime right now, yeah, it's fire. And I know that's a huge point of contention in the fandom where it's like, oh, Ichigo and Orihime or whatever, like the ships. But honest with you, I'm going with what uh I think it's pronounced Taitkuva. Like I don't remember where I heard that from, but I'm just going with what he says. But yeah, I'm not a lot happens. And then we get the Hueco Mundo like arrival where it's Chad, Uryu, and Ichigo. Then they meet Rukia and Renji. It's like, oh shoot. Then they also meet Nell, a really important character, really important from what I remember. But that's basically where it ends. Now they're fighting around cars and all that. But overall, it's just like, again, not a lot happened. But what did happen was kind of cool. It was kind of cool. My favorite part was definitely Ichigo, Uryu, and Chad going to Hueco Mundo, because it was just so funny and it reminded me of the earlier stuff with the Soul Society, like what's the word? Not invasion, but arrival. because I know there's a lot of comparisons between this Arrancar saga and the Soul Society saga, because there are some similarities where already you can notice them. Orihime got kidnapped. Rukia got kidnapped. You have these guys going in to save her. They have to sneak in to save her. Now they're fighting some captains, or not captains. They're fighting some low-level guys, or at least compared to the people that they're going to be fighting. And then you have Ichigo who has to fight this big menace that's standing in his way. But it's just there, and I don't mind it. But it's just it's up to you whether you think that is better than this. But we haven't gotten all the way through there yet, so I'm not going to talk about it fully right now. But overall, like I really like that Chad, Uryu, and Ichigo scene because it's just so funny. Like that was definitely the funniest part. I was really enjoying it. It was such a nice thing to explore because it wasn't filler. You know, you can tell when it's filler because it's a noticeable drop in quality in terms of storytelling. Well, not all of them. I know that there's some fillers out there that are really good, but then you also have Bout Arc, which apparently people do not like. I never watched it. I stopped watching it when I was younger because I didn't care. I didn't like it. But there are some fillers that do have some quality. It's just you can notice for the most part most of them don't have that quality, that Taite Kubo quality. So I gotta give it to the canon. I gotta give it to 'em. But overall, music in Bleach is amazing. Like honestly, some of the best music in like the big three. I think that it might have better music than Naruto, and it rivals One Piece. But I think it might be better than One Piece because the music in Bleach is so good, actually so good. There's that one song. There's this one song like my favorite song. I don't remember what it's called. It's Here to Stay. It's called Here to Stay. There you go. That song is so good. I love it. Look it up if you never heard it before. It's really good. It's like 3 minutes. But the music, as always, is great. Bleach music, amazing. I can't say anything else about it. It's so good. You have the animation. The animation's alright. I know it hasn't reached that point where like you haven't gotten to the full bring animation yet, because that animation, even compared to the Thousand Year Blood War animation that has come out, it's still good. It's still really good. Like Bleach in like the 2010s looked beautiful. It was so good looking. But where we're at right now, we still haven't reached it. But you can see some signs like creeping through. You can see a little bit like whenever you look at Rukia, you can kind of see that animation creeping through. But everybody else is like, oh, we're still like 2004 animation, or at least like moving away from it a little bit. But it's still there. It's still remnants of it. But fights, it's the main one that sticks out to me is Ichigo versus Grimjow, the rematch. It's so funny because the episode's called the 11-second battle, and like Ichigo was like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat him in 11 seconds because I have to," even though he got worked. It was so funny. Like one thing I noticed about this show is that Ichigo just gets beat up, bro. Like every time he fights, he always gets beat up, but then he always wins somehow. Whether it's a rematch or just, "Hey, I have this. Let me use it," and then he just wins. It's so funny because like Ichigo really just be getting beat up, but then he still be winning, bro. That man is failure is my the biggest teacher. There you go. Failure is my biggest teacher. That man lives in failure to breathe success. It's so fire, but it's so funny when you just notice it. But Green Chow beat him up like crazy. And I know that these aren't the best fights to come from this show. So I'm not getting too excited, but there are some quality here. There are some quality fights here. So I can't deny it. Story, not a lot happened again, but the story is progressing. So I can't wait for to see how Hueco Mundo surprises me again because I don't remember a lot, but I do remember some. So I can't wait to see what Hueco Mundo hits me with again. It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be fire. But overall, again, this is a 7. It's just not enough content to really give it like a 9 or a 10. It wasn't whole because it's not even done yet. Not done at all. But it's still decent. It's still decent. So I'm gonna give it a 6, or excuse me, a 7. At its worst, it's a 6, even close to a 5. At its best, it's a 7. It's not that crazy, but you know, I'm gonna give it a 7. Well, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. And next time I'll be talking about the other Bleach arc coming after this. I don't remember how long it is, but we're gonna see. We're gonna find out and see. So I'm excited to be back with Bleach. I can't wait to see Hopefully I finish it this time because I have the energy to finish it. But you know, we just have to wait and see. So thank y'all for watching again. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll check y'all in the next video. Peace.